So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, it's the sound system. Now turn it up, a little louder, turn it up, a little louder, turn it up.
At the confluence of the three rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's yr2 Stadium. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the San Francisco 49ers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And we are underway from Pittsburgh. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Looking to throw right away. Pickett. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Good throw there. And I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason. And what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Off of play action, here's Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go.
Watch out now. 56.
First carry now for the LSU alum, Ty Davis-Price. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Play action, now it's Lance. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. So 8 yards on the completion there, and now it's 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lance going to try and throw on third down here. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. And a nice play there from the new pickup, signed just this past week to help fortify this defense.
He truly is the definition of an impact player. Surprise, surprise that it took this long for someone to pick him up.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Pickett back to throw. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Pickett. He's going to take another shot here. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And boy, that was something to watch, wasn't it? How about the way these guys came out here in the first quarter? They really put their stamp on this game early with their play calls, and they certainly look good so far.
They'll run here with Evans. Now Evans hit, and the ball pops free. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
You remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one paramount. Because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble. Following the fumble recovery, Pickett. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
On 2nd and goal, Pickett. He's got his tight end Fryermuth over the middle. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And back at the 8 now, 3rd and goal. Now Pickett. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So golden field position there is squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. That'll go for a gain of 7. And they're going to face a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Lance and Kittle in sync for the 49er first.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QB,
and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. T.J. Watt, the All-Pro, in there to take him down. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
And some room to work, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Now a play fake. Lance. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. And this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Lance looking to throw it. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
On first down, they'll start out with Evans. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Evans gets it again on second down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. 77 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a first and goal. I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get off?
Touchdown! George Pickens from 6 yards away. And the Steelers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes our score 17-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 19 yards that time for number 19. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Davis Price on first and 10. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd down, and again it's Davis Price. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
The Lance going to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. So they get the interception, and almost as importantly, a big return after that.
And who was the guy that saved the touchdown, partner? The guy who threw the interception. A lot of times, he just gives it the old Olay, but give him credit. He went old school. He was determined not to make this a pick six, and he got there in time to make the tackle.
1st and 10, here's Pickett. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Pickett will look to throw it here. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Steelers are able to add on to their first half lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Lance now to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Here's Pickett. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Hunter Nicewander on to punt now on 4th down. And take it right at the 35. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Steps away to his left. This one caught by Kittle. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Pickett to throw on 1st down. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Fryermuth in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the route is on here in this first half. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. Throw left side complete. That's Oliver. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Trouble, 38. Drop, 17.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Davis Price up the middle. Will get this up to the 47 and brought down there. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
On play action, Lance. And now here's another interception. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
And they'll begin on the ground here with Evans. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Looking to throw, Pickett. Going across the formation, he finds Freiermuth. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A first down there on a pickup at 25. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Evans out of the gun. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. And a catch right side by Evans. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Pickett. Thomas has got it. Complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Evans is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Pick it now, 3rd and goal. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it. In motion left, the tight end. Now Pickett on 4th down. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers. A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Steelers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Lance to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the stick.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
When you spend your first-round pick on a pass rusher, you are absolutely counting on him to be an impact player. And there you go. Right away, he gets to the quarterback.
And guess what? Likely the first of many that we're going to see from that young man. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line. Here's Lance. And he will find his man Samuel. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Throwing now is Lance. And this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. From the gun, it's Lance. Forced out to his left. And my goodness, another interception. There he goes right side. He's at the 30, 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. And not only is his defense pitching a shutout. Now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one. And even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And now here's another interception. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll go again here with Evans. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 18-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him now here in week one. A very solid start to this new campaign. Pickett on 3rd and 1. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers. A great effort there. With now 3 week one touchdowns. And the Steelers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Now a play fake. Lance. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And my goodness, another interception. And the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit.
And now off to the races down the right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Darrington Evans, 56 yards. And the Steelers add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Boswell good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Niners on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll run on first down with Evans. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge.
Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. They'll try the left side with Evans. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
The Niners take over first down at their own 22-yard line.
Ready.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Lance. And now here's another interception. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. And he goes out right around the 39. 172 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives them a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Evans. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for... And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. There's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
And didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it, we're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.
So for the Steelers, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they go...